This is a recording of all Russian stroke Slav music with clarinet and orchestra. The main core of it is what I call my Russian suite, which is 5 movements arranged from bits of Russian folk music that I came across. I wrote the Russian suite just for the hell of it quite a few years ago. I'd done a bit of work with 1 or 2 solo clarinetists with an orchestra that I was running at the time, and I thought actually there's not that much repertoire for solo clarinet. I mean, compared to what there is for violin or even cello, there's not that much. You've got the Mozart, you've got the 2 Webers, and I thought maybe something a little bit sort of light, folky based in terms of a suite rather than a formal concerto. Anyway, I wrote it and it's been played a few times, but it's never been recorded. And I suppose my circumstances changed such that I was in a position that I could actually set up a recording myself. I was introduced to the Royal Ballet Sinfonia by Philip Lane, who is a light music composer, British light music composer, and also a record producer. And he introduced me to them, and I've done 1 or 2 sessions with them under normal conditions. I mean, before coronavirus was ever thought of, but the chunk of recording that we've done most recently was done when the lockdown was partially eased last summer. That's autumn 2020, when the lockdown was eased sufficiently that they were allowed to gather in a group and record. But of course, they all had to sit miles apart, which orchestras don't like. They like to sit close together for ensemble. So it's more of a burden, if you like, on the conductor. You've got to be incredibly clear, and they're all actually following you. But it was really quite successful, and I was also, as I say, introduced by Philip to Ian Scott, who is their regular principal clarinet, but is a soloist in his own right. He makes an absolutely gorgeous sound. There's absolutely nothing he can't play. I mean, obviously, you name it, he's played it. And he's very good to work with, and, we've got on reasonably well.
I'm Ian Scott. I'm the clarinet player with the Royal Ballet Sinfonia. Well, Robin contacted me about 10 years ago with a whole list of arrangements that he'd done. And I suppose the project didn't get off the ground then, but then last year he got back in touch, and here we are, having completed the project.
I'm very much indebted to Ian for a couple of the pieces that we're doing, because he's got a lot of Tchaikovsky piano music that I didn't even know existed. And 2 of the pieces that we're doing, I mean, unashamedly as a make-weight. There's a humoresque, and there's also a little waltz, which I've, adapted quite a bit, I suppose. But the humoresque is la dum pum 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 pa ba dum pum pum pum.
Well, it's a great addition to the clarinet rep, and it's not just for clarinet and small chamber orchestra. This is an orchestra with full brass section and harp and everything, and I love it. So I'm sure other clarinet players will too.